So hello our followers and viewers and subscribers. Good day to you all. For today, we are going to learn uh, about matrix. That is about construction of matrix when given a question or expression. So as usual, I am Ibrahim Umar by name. Uh, let's start. Our topic of today is going to be on matrix, as you can see. Uh, so let's the subtopic is going to be on the construction of matrix. But let's define matrix first before we can be able to see how we are going to construct a matrix. So as we can see, a matrix is a set of n numbers, which the numbers can be either real or complex number. So arranged in a rectangular formation. That is, rectangular formation can be either in an array form or in a table form. All these sub-matrix. That is having m rows, that is in the arrangement, having m rows, that is m number of rows, and the n column, that is n number of columns, and enclosed in a square bracket. That is, every matrix is being enclosed in a square bracket. Called m by n matrix. That square bracket, when it is enclosed, then you are going to tell the number of rows and the number of columns that particular matrix has. Now let's see the example or the illustration of this defined matrix. So an m by n matrix is expressed as this. There is A11, which means element of row 1 column 1, A12, which means element in row 1 column 2, up to A1n, that is up to the last element of the row. The second row, A21, which means element of row 2 column 1, A22 element of row 2 column 2, up to A2n, which means the last element in the row, and then up to AM1, that is the last element here in the column, and then AM2, which means the last element in this column, of the AMN, which is the number of the matrix. For example, let's take example and see. So an example of matrix is this, which has this 2, 3, 4, 1. This is the element in the first row and the first column. This is the element in the first row, second column. This is the element in the second row, first column. This is the element in second row, second column. So now let's learn about the order of matrix. So now when we say order of matrix, we are referring to the arrangement on which the elements are. That is the kind of arrangements the elements are arranged in. So if there are m rows and the n columns of matrix, then its order is m by n. So we read this m by n as m by n. So now let's take an example. That is e.g. So if you have a matrix of this kind, then this is example of 2 by 2 matrix because it has 2 rows and 2 columns. So also if we have a matrix of this kind, then we call it 2 by 3 matrix because it has 2 rows and it has 3 columns. I hope you understand how to name this matrix. So now let's take this example that is under construction of matrix. Example 1, they say construct matrix A, which is 2 by 2, if Aij is equals to I plus j all square divided by 2. So this is the equation that is been given to us, which we are going to use in order to construct that 2 by 2 matrix, which is named A. So now let's start. So solution. So from the question we know that A is equal 2 by 2 matrix. Oh, so if that should be the case, if it is 2 by 2 matrix, then this implies that Aij is equals to matrix of this kind, that is A11, A12, A21, A22. That is, since the matrix A is 2 by 2 matrix, then it has this element, that is A11, that is element of row 1 column 1, element of row 1 column 2, element of row 2 column 1, element of row 2 column 2. Now we are going to use this representation in order to find their values, but we are given already. So we are given that Aij is the same thing as I plus j square all over 2. So we're going to pick each and every element here and determine its value using this equation. So for the first one, if you take A11, this is the same thing as here I is 1 and j is 1. Therefore, we're going to substitute the values here. We are going to substitute the values here. That is to say, here we have 1 plus 1 because our I is 1, our j is 1, all square divided by 2, which is this 2. So here when we add 1 plus 1 is the same thing as 2 square, then divided by 2, which gives us 2 square is 2 times 2, which is 4. So we have 4 here, and then here we have 2, which is the same thing as 2 divided by 2, we get 2. That is the element in row 1 column 1 is the same thing as 2. Then we are going to take this one too, that is A1, 2, that is the element of row 1 column 2, which is the same thing as to say, but here our I is 1 and our j is 2, therefore it's going to be 1 plus 2 divided by 2. Here we are going to square them. Sorry, we are going to, the square root is only, the square is only for the numerator, which is the same thing as, when we add 1 plus 2, same thing as 3 square all over 2 here, and then 3 square is 9 all over 2. So now all over 2 does not have common factors, therefore we are going to leave it here. Then the element of row row 2 column 1 is the same thing as here we have our I is 2 and our j is 1, therefore we are going to have 2 here plus 1 square all over 2. That is by substituting in this equation, which is the same thing as to say 3 square all over 2, which is the same thing as 9 all over 2. So the last one, which is A21, which is the element in row 2 column 2, that is A21. Here our I is, sorry, A22, our I is 1 and our j is, sorry, our I is 2, our j is 2, therefore we are going to have 2 plus 2 here divided by 2. It's the numerator here half square, which is the same thing as 4 square when we add 2 plus 2, and then here in the numerator we have 2, which is the same thing as 4 square is the same thing as 4 times 4, which is the same thing as 16 divided by 2, which is this 2. Then 16 divided by 2 is 8. Therefore we have determined all the elements. Now the matrix is going to be looked this way. Okay? The required matrix is, that is to say, A is equals to this. So the element in row 1 column 1, we have already found it here, which is the same thing as 2. The element of row 1 column 2 is the same thing as 9 all over 2. The element of row 2 column 1 is also 9 all over 2. And then The last, which is the element of row 2 column 2, is 8. So this is the required matrix. So let me write it in more clear way. That is, so A is the same thing as this. So here we have the element of row 2 column 1 is 2. Here the element of row 1 column 2 is 9 all over 2. The element of row 2 column 1 is also 9 all over 2, and the element of row 2 column 2 is 8. So this is the matrix we are asked to find. So as we can see, this is the exercise given for us to practice. So the first one is construct 2 by 2 matrix A if Aij is equals to I plus 2j square divided by 2. The second exercise read as construct 3 by 4 matrix whose the elements Aij are given by Ai is equals to I plus 2j. So now when you study the solution we've made, you can be able to solve all these problems. So now after the solution, you can post it on your comments. So, and also if you experience any difficulty while solving these problems, then you can also comment there. I will be there for you. I will attempt to you whenever I am online. So you post it on the comment, don't worry, I will be with you there. So our viewers and subscribers, I hope you enjoy this solution of matrix we've just done, and I hope you like, subscribe, and follow our channel for more videos, for more solution in mathematics.